I think the discussion of if Lucy is a groomer or the fact that people are just finding out that she's a groomer goes to show how many people have like not really paid attention to Cyberpunk and are missing the point of David and Lucy's relationship. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I'm the most knowledgeable person about like Mike Pondsmith's Cyberpunk series. However, I don't think David and Lucy's relationship is a relationship that is supposed to be romanticized as good. I think that if you just think of the framing of it, it's kind of tragic. Lucy wasn't a sexual groomer. She low-key isn't even the main groomer if you think about it. That's main. Lucy was gonna kill David, or at least lead to David getting absolutely like backdoored heavily.
While we flatline him, the 5-finger scab discount will work great on his cold dead body.
Because if you remember the series, Lucy's mom was working with that gang, and she was going to give that Sandevistan to Maine.
That implant you chipped is all mine. Huh?
Supplier, you mean?
Gloria Martinez. That ring a bell?
Well, yeah, she's my mom.
So you Gloria's brat? How's she thinking handing it over to you?
She didn't, she died.
All Lucy was going to do was set it up so that Maine could kill David and take his Sandevistan back. I don't think he was going to give him a replacement spine. He was going to kill that guy until he found out that he can actually use it.
Okay, kid, you get one chance.
Alright, here we go again.
And it was only because David proved that he could use the Sandevistan that Maine kept him alive. And he ended up just being like, well, like, you will stick with Lucy. Lucy will teach you the ropes or whatever. And through that, he gets more and more chrome over time. So it wasn't like a overnight thing. We got to remember that they still hooked up when he was 17, but months had gone by. But it's important to understand that Lucy is attracted, not sexually, but first just attracted to the fact that David is still a kid and Lucy did not have a childhood because she was a net runner from the very beginning. And she's attracted to the fact that he kind of like doesn't know what he wants as his dream or his goal. And she wishes that she could have like that kind of ambition that he has, because to her, Night City is just an escape from the fact that she didn't have a childhood, that she was a child soldier in a way. So that's why it's actually important that David is in fact like 17, like a high schooler. Because without that, Lucy has no reason to like engage with him after that first encounter. Like she was honest, that like that was her dream and whatever, but she had no reason to like keep him around after that. That's why she was vulnerable with him, and now she's kind of like stuck with that dude because of Maine. Now granted, David also had nowhere else to go after his mom died, so you could say that crime was inevitable, but Maine was the one who introduced him to like their gang and their group, and also Lucy, who goes on to like sexually groom him, I guess. Now, if I were Lucy, no, I would not go after a 17-year-old. But I think it's important to the story to understand like why Lucy was interested in David, to go and remember that like, oh yeah, you know what, her background is kind of fucked up too. Like no shit, she was interested in David at some point, because he still had like that drive and ambition and hopes and dreams. That is also the same reason that he wasn't affected by all that chrome and stopped him from going through cyberpsychosis so early on. The story that we got in Edgerunners wouldn't be as good if David was like a full-grown adult, or if she waited to like introduce herself to him and whatever. It's the fact that he's a kid, the fact that his maternal figure was already pushing her dreams onto him, as like what's common in like the Latino community, and she dies and he doesn't have a dream for himself, and Lucy low-key accidentally pushed her dream onto him as well, that he like latches on to like another older woman maternal figure to like follow, because he doesn't have a dream for himself. Like it's not like she intentionally did that. She had no clue that he has no like real dream for himself, that he was only living to fulfill his mother's dream. And then she fucking dies. Like she obviously knew she died, but you know, just remember that it's not the relationship that the story is about. that you should know that, yeah, she low-key groomed him, but it was for a good reason, so that we could get such a great story. And that's why it's so tragic. That's why I will keep my signed Lucy poster up on that wall. Don't worry, I've also obviously played the game. There's worse things going on in Night City, don't worry.